We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. Cause Kristen knows blank.
Welcome back to the Kristen Knows Blank podcast. This week I have a fantastic guest. She's a badass lady. We're going to talk about life and theater, all kinds of things. But before we get to her, hey, thanks for watching or listening or however you're taking in this podcast. Please take a second to like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, say so, I don't know, make the podcast feel special. I'm Kristen Key. I'm the host of this crazy mess. You can find me through my website, kristenkey.com. Follow me on all my social media. I'm on all of it. Say hello, and I put out a lot of fun stuff. Also, please support this and all my shows by joining the Patreon. It's a whole lot of fun. And Cameo. I'm on Cameo, so if you want to give a unique gift, I write personalized songs for everybody who gets a cameo. Now, with all that out of the way, my guest today is, she's hilarious. She's a talented artist. She's an actress, and she's dipping her little toes into the comedy world. You may know her from the SDSC show. Hey, computer lady, play that interview with Leedy Corbin.
Playing interview with Leedy Corbin.
Leedy, you're back. You're back on the show.
I'm so happy to be back. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, anytime. It's such a pleasure. And yeah, we were about to start chit-chatting before I hit record. So much has changed since I've known you. But one of the things, how often had you traveled before you got mixed up with the Social Distancing Social Club and Steve Hofstetter?
Well, I had only been on a plane once, and then I only went on small road trips to like Durango, Colorado.
With your family,
before Steve Hofstetter. And now if I'm home for a week, I'm like, wow, I must not be doing anything right now. I have time off. This is crazy. I have a whole wardrobe to choose from, not just a suitcase.
And your Instagram is wonderful of you,
Thank you,
modeling your wardrobes, which is so fun. So how did this happen? How did this come where I know you've always been an actress, like you were a child actress. But how did it go from just like small family trips to Durango to like being on tour with Steve now? Like, what was that journey like?
Oh man, I mean, I think it's a lot of luck. Steve and I have argued about this.
What does he think it was? Drugs? No.
Kidnapping?
Oh no, are you being trafficked and we don't know? Blink if you're being trafficked.
I was legally an adult when I got the job to go on tour. He is paying me extra to say that, but
gonna write a strongly worded letter to Steve Hofstetter.
Oh my God, I suppose he says I work for it. I think I fell into it. But I'm so glad I did, because I was just in my room in the pandemic doing things on Zoom. I had just gotten my diploma via my English teacher driving to my house and dropping it off. So
is that legal? Are they supposed to mail it?
I don't know. I went to a weird ass school. I don't know what they're supposed to do.
It was pre-pandemic. All our teachers did that. Yeah.
Camping was a required class at my school. Nothing was normal.
Wow.
But I just started going to the virtual shows, and comedy had always been something that I wanted to get into. Like I have an old Leedy stand-up file that I started writing in 2016.
That's awesome.
But it was always something I really admired, because I think funny people are just the absolute most incredible people on the planet.
Disagree, but go on.
I'm not just saying that because they pay my bills, but yeah, I feel like I just lucked out, right place, right time, and got noticed in the Zoom crowd doodling away, and Steve was like, what's going on there? And then I showed my drawing, and I came back, and I just annoyed him until he hired me.
I don't know that that's true, but it's a fun story that way. Yeah. And I've never seen anybody that does what you do. So I think and especially in this field of comedy, when you see a comedian that's using other outlets to just get, because I think it comes down to getting a laugh, whether you have a musical instrument, which I will defend to the day I die, that it's okay to play an instrument and be a comedian.
Absolutely.
Well, there's
anyone who calls it a gimmick can fuck off.
Who said gimmick, Leedy? Nobody said gimmick. No, agreed. I think whatever tools you have at your disposal, whatever talent you have, if that enhances a joke or brings comedy in, I think it adds another layer to this onion of comedy. And when you brought in the visual of a joke, because we say it and people imagine it, but then when you took it to that new onion layer of actually like drawing a cartoon of whatever the sick shit that's in our head, somehow you make it safer and like more okay.
Oh, that's so sweet. I feel like I draw a lot of dicks.
Yeah. I think that's because the comics that you got mashed up with. Like, I would like to know if you came and did my show for a week, Friday Live at 5, oh, damn, and you'd come up, you're like, I drew twice as many dicks at your show. I'm
Maybe.
curious.
And I'm about to hop a plane tomorrow to head to Edinburgh to the Fringe Festival to draw shows there. Goodness knows if it'll be the same amount of smut or something else. I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to see it. I hope you post it.
I'm so excited.
So where all have you been now in the last, I mean, let's just say, what, year and a half, I think, is when you got
oh my God.
Scooped up?
Abducted? Yeah, it's been about a year and a half-ish. And I've been all over. I left the country for the first time, going all across Canada. We started in Vancouver and then ended in Ottawa. And that was wonderful. I live on the East Coast now, which blows my fucking mind. Am I cursing too much? Are we
No, you're fine. It's up to the guest. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. I've been all across the East Coast, all around the South. The only area I haven't really done is what Steve is doing right now, which is like Oregon, up there, Oregon, Seattle, that
Pacific
area.
Northwest. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Beautiful. It's a great place to be. Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I'm so bummed I haven't gotten to go yet, but that's the only area of the US that I haven't been to just yet.
How was it going from New Mexico to like the New York area?
Well,
Jersey. Yeah. Am I right about
that?
I wake up
to a lot. Yeah. New York, Jersey area. I wake up to a lot more pleasant noises now. Which is nice. It's a lot less, oh my God. I mean, buckle in. When I was little, I once woke up to the sound of a meth head who had broken into our garage and stolen a drill, trying to take a drill to our back screen door, which was right by my bedroom. And when that didn't work, he just threw it through the window.
So you got out of you escaped Albuquerque.
I did. And it was, I will now do anything to stay on the East Coast. I couldn't go back.
Say that. You're going to get trafficked.
Well, I mean, if someone's watching this and they will traffic me, but also pay the bills.
That's I think that's sugar daddying. Does
anyone want to be my sugar daddy?
Oh my God. For the first time this show gets mail. God damn it.
Do you have a P.O. box where the sugar daddies can reach me?
I do have a P.O. box. Yes.
Oh, really? That's so fun. Do people send you things?
Sometimes they do. That's why I have a P.O. box, because some things got sent, and my wife was like, I don't want that in the house. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll get a P.O. box, and that way I can sneak it. I'll sneak it in the house. So she never.
What were these things?
Oh, just fun. I'm into like cats, and I talk about butt stuff a lot on the show, and so. Usually stuff that have to do with cat buttholes gets sent to me. Like I got a whole coloring book of cat buttholes. I got a Kleenex dispenser of a cat and the tissues come out its ass. So things like if it has a cat or an asshole on it, people like to send them to me. And so now I have a P.O. box, and then I'll sneak them in the house, and they live in my office now.
That's amazing.
Colleen got me this. It's supposed to be a gravy boat, but I told my wife it's a pen holder so I can have it.
I love that. A brandy boat, you said?
Gravy.
Gravy. I was like, what's a brandy? I know I don't drink yet.
Brandy, just for sipping brandies.
I was so concerned. Like, do you stick the bottle in there? Is it like a bottle display? That's what I was imagining.
It's for sex. No, it's not.
Okay.
So you're now on the East Coast. You're open to all kinds of more culture and class in Jersey and everything. Do you get to see shows? Like, I know that you're a theater buff. Do you get to take in shows?
I do, because I can do what I want now. And also
grown up with your own money.
I know. And I'm so irresponsible with my money. But
so
I
young,
could die tomorrow. So I'm gonna spend my money. What's a savings? Like I did a Disney movie when I was a kid, and I haven't touched that money since. So I've only recently started dipping into it. So yeah, I went to see a show at Radio City the other day called Work the World.
That's awesome.
And it was awesome. It's the Drag Race show, but we're not going to talk about Drag Race.
We can talk about anything you want. This is your show. What are you into? Apparently
Sugar
spending
daddies,
money, not having savings, sugar daddies. And you're gonna go buy a brandy boat to sip your brandies out of. I'm just picturing you now, just walking, like running through the streets of New York, throwing Disney money at people. And you see a show, and you go see a show, and a show for me.
Going to see Broadway, you know, like I was a nightmare to live with friend of the podcast, Brett Druck. I'd be like, let's go see a musical, let's go see this. Like, calm down. Like, no, I live in New York now.
Well, and you're under 20, right at 20? You're at that age.
I'm right at 20.
Yeah, you're at that. Yeah,
I'm so old.
You have a lot of energy, and you have the. I don't know. There's something really exciting about having your own money for the first time.
Oh my God, yeah.
I still feel that way when I'm like, I want that shirt. I'm gonna buy that shirt. It's my money.
Exactly.
I can have it. Yeah.
And when I lived with my parents, there was a lot of fashion I couldn't buy because my dad would go,
that's your dad's job. That's his job. Yeah. And then when he says, when you're 18, you can walk around naked. And then girls do. They're like, I'm 18. I'm just going to go nude.
That's precisely what I'm doing it. And I'm doing it all across the country at several comedy venues and theaters worldwide. So I hope my dad's happy.
I bet he is. Oh my gosh. Because it's your money.
Because it's my money.
This is like a J.G. Whitworth ad. It's her money and she needs it now.
For everything else, there's Disney money. Is that MasterCard? I think so. But he would never stop me. He was just like, he would just judge it if I walked out wearing it, which I think is great. I think that's a good walking the line for a dad to do.
That's fair. I think that's totally fair. But now you can do whatever you want. So what have you seen? What have you, like, what are some of your favorite, what have been some good Leedy throwing money at Broadway?
Oh man. I won the lottery to Book of Mormon, and to Come From Away, and to Wicked.
Who was in the cast of the Wicked that you saw?
If I'm remembering correctly, Jessica Vosk was Elphaba, but I could be wrong. Okay. And she's my favorite that I've ever seen. And I've seen this show like 9 times.
9 times? Was it 9 different casts, or did you go see a couple casts multiple times?
I went to see a couple of casts multiple times, and I watched it from the orchestra pit once. That was really cool. I watched it from the drummer's cave one time.
How do you get in there?
Well, my mom gets hired to play the percussion in the touring shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so freaking cool. She is the toughest setup, though. It's such a hard musical for her to do. So every time it comes around, I'm so excited, and she's like, oh.
Who was in the original cast? Was that Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel?
Idina Menzel, yeah. Adele Dazeem, yeah.
Adele Dazeem and Kristen Chenoweth. And I can't imagine, because now I'm a huge Kristen Chenoweth. Am I saying that right? I follow her on Instagram, and she hits high notes all the time. And sometimes
she's amazing.
You've seen her harmonizing with car alarms?
No.
It's really funny. Yeah,
that sounds great.
Anytime an alarm goes off, she'll hear it, and then she'll start harmonizing with it, like.
Oh my gosh, fantastic. She's fantastic. Her voice is so clear. It makes me so mad because I'm a soprano, and my vibrato is out of control because I was a professional opera singer for much of my life. So I'm not as clear.
Just say much of my life again. I just think it's so cute. Oh, okay, keep going.
I'm 20.
I saw these kids in the pool the other day. He's like, I've been doing that since I was a little kid. He was 8. He was like, since I was a little kid, I've been doing that. Bad habits. I'm like, all right, old man.
Usually I try to change up the language I use based on the age of the people I'm hanging out with, but I forgot to do that just now.
Grandma Kristen, we got it. No, but you were how you've been singing opera since how old were you when you started singing opera?
Well, when I was homeschooled, which was before middle school, I was in an opera writing class every Thursday. So I've been singing opera. I don't know if you could count it as really singing at that age, but I suppose since I was like 7 or 8.
That's awesome. And I think it's neat to do homeschool when it's artistic and not just freaky Jesus stuff. I mean, no offense to freaky Jesus, because I'm sure we were close to homeschooling because we were so Jesus-y, but thank God for public school.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it wasn't like that for me at all. My mom is actually amazing. She did it because she said she didn't like the idea that for the most like formative years of her kid's life, she would just be shipping them off to public school. And I think Albuquerque at the time was 50th in the country.
It was 50th, yeah.
Yeah. So my mom was like, You know what? I don't think that they spend enough time making tiny humans into good people. And I think I'll just try to do that. So my mom was waking up at like 4 a.m. to milk our goats. Then
Shut
she
up.
would.
You just
Yes.
shut up. That's
Yes.
This
She
is
would-
why I didn't think we were going to stick to your topic very much. You're just a wealth of sentences that just other people on
don't
the
make
show haven't said. My mom would wake up, milk the goats, like moms do.
It gets worse. My mom
Homeschool
would
me in
wake up
opera.
She would wake up at 4 a.m. She would milk the goats. Then she would go to jazzercise class, which she taught. Then she comes home and she has to homeschool 3 tiny children while working 2 jobs, which are both music jobs because she's a professional musician.
I want to have your mom on the show next.
You should. You freaking should. She's a powerhouse. She's so crazy.
Question 1. I need you to drum the entire score to Wicked before we get started. Then we can.
She's like, okay. But my mom was doing the percussion part, not the drum part. They're actually 2 separate things. That's how hard both parts are.
I'm gonna download the soundtrack right now, and I'm gonna listen to all of it, the music and everything.
Absolutely. How much have you heard?
I've seen it.
Cool.
We went to see Wicked when it came to the Pantages Theater. This was back when I was still drinking, so we had like dinner and a glass of wine. Then I had like a pre-game wine, and then we watched the first act. And the first act I think is amazing because it ends on that
Yeah.
what I thought the play was called. And then I chugged 3 glasses of wine and came back, and I was like, I don't even think there needs to be the second act. I don't really remember what
wanna do
happened after
that.
halftime. Yeah.
That sounds like so much fun. I haven't gotten to do quite as much yet, because I gotta make friends first. But once I have some friends, then we'll get smashed and go see shows.
Right. I mean, but that one I still don't know how it ends, but I know how it middles.
Oh man.
I got to the middle, and it's beautiful. And so what is it like? What is it about that one?
Yeah, I'm a big musicals person, but what it is about Wicked is that I think it's such a strong story. Like, I think that there's every rewatch, there's some little Easter egg they've thrown in. You notice, oh wow, they weaved that important plot point in so seamlessly. It didn't feel forced. This plot is so great. These character arcs are wonderful. And I was talking with someone the other day about Wicked, and he said, I just love it when 2 characters have to go different paths. And I love that too, because both Glinda and Elphaba are very, like, equally important, I would argue, in this musical. And they're both equally fleshed out in such beautiful ways. And it makes me so happy. And it also feels like I've always had like a part of my brain that is a Glinda and part of my brain that is an Elphaba. So I just like, at different points in my life, have related to both of these characters in different ways. I just think it's so solid all the way around. The music, the acting, and the spectacle. Ugh.
Yeah. It's something. It's something. You're not in a theater for that. It really is. It's escapism.
Oh yeah.
Because it really it takes you out of your seat.
And the nostalgia for some people, for like who grew up watching Wizard of Oz.
Lots of us.
That's fun. Yeah. So then you're like, oh, I see how that fits into this other story that's pretty great too.
And
yeah.
You never think about like Wicked Witch siblings. Like you just, it's mentioned so quickly, but you never think about like what it's like to have like villains siblings and like who's good, like whatever. It's really neat, especially having siblings.
Yeah. The Wicked Witch of the East is just like mentioned in the beginning, but then in Wicked they've fleshed out who Nessa Rose is. Like I love it. It's so beautiful.
Gonna have to go see it for the 10th time.
Yes, let's go. Fly out here. We'll go see it.
I'd love that. I'd love that. Oh my God. If we both ever get time off at the same time, we would have a blast.
It's never gonna happen, is it?
I like how realistic you are.
It's time for 5 quick questions.
As you know, this is a podcast in 3 parts. We chit chat for a little bit. We play 5 quick questions, and then we do a rad lib, and everybody goes home happy. I've changed the quick questions a bit because trivia was getting boring. So these are more icebreaker questions, kind of tailored slightly to your topic. You're offered triple the amount you've ever been paid to perform on Broadway, but you have to perform the entire show and audience is naked. Do you take the gig?
I'm really trying to think of a downside.
People, I mean, I ask comedians, offered 3 times the amount, would you play a nudist convention naked? Would you do it? We have so many no's, and I'm like, I don't get it.
What?
I don't get it. I would
Where's
do
the
it.
downside?
I
don't
get
see
to be
it.
naked. I mean, I should be paying you.
Is the audience naked too?
Yes, everybody. It's
This is
nudist. The
great.
whole thing's a nudist experience. They're naked. The whole cast is naked. You're naked. This is the only. Yeah. So, offer 3 times your normal rate to perform. We'll say on Broadway, best gig ever. Naked, nudist. Do you take the gig?
Yeah, you could pay me nothing. I'd do that.
Hang on, I got my PO box is full again. I need to empty it. Ugh. Okay, question number 2. You're about to swear and you noticed a child in the room. What is your go-to near swear?
I suppose fudge, but it also depends on the child. If it's like a younger child, like maybe they're in a Zoom audience at a Steve show or something, I don't hold back. You brought your kid to this. This is not my job to
That's
keep
fair.
your kid. Also, I think that we give words a lot of power that we don't need to. So I just don't think cursing is that bad either.
Okay.
But around my extended family, I do have to be very, very careful. So I'll say fudge or I'll say friggin'. You know, I say things like that. Like I was in Branson, Missouri with my family.
Yes!
Oh,
Love Branson, Missouri.
we watched a musical called Jesus Live.
Don't spoil the ending.
Oh my god, it was so high budget. It was crazy. There were parts that looked so like real and incredible, like when there was the whole walking on water scene. It looked so real. But then at the end, when Jesus is being like, sorry, spoilers, when he's being
Spoiler.
called up, you can see the little wires attached to this actor.
Aw,
And he slowly gets lifted upwards.
we know you're not Jesus, bitch.
And then as we were leaving, I leaned over to my mom and I was like, I love good science fiction.
Why were you at Jesus?
Jesus Live.
I'm like Jesus the Gathering, Jesus the Musical,
Jesus
Live.
the Gathering.
Right. Why did of all the things to see in Branson, there's the Bobby Vinton Theater, there's the River Dancers. You could have gone to Silver Dollar City. Why did you choose? I know Branson. Titanic
Because
exhibit.
I was not in charge. That's why.
Okay.
My granddad, it was for his 80th birthday. And
That's
apparently
fair.
he and my grandma have seen Jesus live before and wanted to go see it again.
Okay. Oh, this is a really weird one. This one is a really weird one. You've got to choose a new profession, but the profession that you choose has to fight other professions in a death match using only the tools of their trade. What is your new profession and why would you win?
Assassin.
Gotta be a little smart ass about it. Yeah, because I always pick gynecologist because I got some cool tools. So I have to fight off an assassin using only a speculum.
Oh my god. That's a great visual. If I was drawing this, I mean.
Last 2, here's where we get off the rails. Last 2 questions. Number 4, you're kidnapped and you're entered into a hot dog eating contest. For your life, how many hot dogs can you eat?
Oh, I'm gonna die. Ah.
I have a similar attitude to you. Yeah, but I want to hear your answer before.
I'm gonna say, do I get the bun too?
You have to. It's like a hot dog eating contest. You got to eat the wiener and the bun.
Okay. Man, maybe 7 or 8, but I don't know. That would
That's
be really
a good
stretching.
amount. You
Yeah.
might beat somebody.
Maybe.
You
My
could-
siblings call me tiny stomach.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to be good in this contest. And I don't eat hot dogs.
All right. Question number 5. You are kidnapped. I'm so sorry you keep getting kidnapped. You're kidnapped and forced into a karaoke contest. To save your life, what song do you sing for the win?
Shallow, and I get the kidnapper to sing with me. We build a connection. We fall in love.
And the sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-lo.
And he discovers me in the process, so.
And then you assassin the shit out of him.
All of these kidnapping scenarios could be so close to real for me, so this is really training.
That's
just
so
training.
smart. No one's ever mentioned I'm gonna sing a duet with the person and we're gonna form a connection and I'm gonna make them the star and then fireworks.
Can't help but love me.
You're gonna survive. You're fine. You are gonna be
In the
just
second
fine.
scenario, is this before or after the contest?
Well, you've already died in a hot dog eating contest.
Dang it.
You ate 7 or 8, which yeah. But
That's
if you had lived, that karaoke night would have been amazing. And now it's time for Rad Libs. Here's what happened. I've written a story. I've left out some parts of speech.
Oh,
and
wow.
Now I just need you to give me those parts of speech together. We're going to make a hilarious story. Leedy, are you ready to play Rad Libs with me?
I'm so ready.
All right. This one starts with a body part.
I'm gonna go for pinky. Pinky toe.
Pinky. Yes. I need a verb ending in ing.
Obeying.
Okay, this is fun. An occupation. Occupation.
We'll go for lawyer. We mentioned that earlier.
This is fun. I need a female name.
Brenda.
Any word that starts with the letter B.
Bubble.
I need a company or a business.
Adidas.
I need an adjective.
Old-fashioned.
It's like you're reading over my shoulder. A verb ending in ing.
Untying.
A body part.
Bicep.
A famous female.
Angelina Jolie.
Increment of time.
I'll just say, no, I said 2 seconds last time. I remember that. This time we'll say 1 second.
Gotta
really
mix it up.
changing it up. Yeah.
A lot of verb ending in ings on this one. So another verb ending in ing.
Damaging.
A liquid.
Milk.
Article of clothing.
Pants.
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 Another body part.
A leg.
A question.
Why?
Another body part.
Head.
A pet name.
Boob de coo.
Boob de coo.
It's not a pet name. It's something that that an old ex of mine, when his family would go to fancy restaurants, they would put down that name so it would be like Boob de coo, party of 5.
Boob
But
de
it
coo.
works, right?
Yeah, I'm in. Are you and nobody else is confused with it. No, we're the Johnsons. we're not the Boob de coos. An adjective.
Plucky.
Another adjective.
Faithful.
A verb.
Kick.
We have a story. We got a great story. I was inspired by your accomplishments over the last year and a half, so this story is just called A Woman's Guide for Success. This is a woman's guide for success. As a modern woman, you can do anything you set your pinky toe to. Gone are the days of women's work being typing memos and obeying the dishes. Today, women can be lawyers, doctors, and even lawyers.
Excellent.
So, how do you go from being Brenda Bubble to the CEO of Adidas? By doing what other old-fashioned women have done, untying their biceps off. The famous Angelina Jolie was quoted saying that her secret to success was spending 1 second every night damaging a bath with a glass of milk. She also said to dress for the job you want. If you were interviewing for an office position, wear your best pants. The ones to really accentuate your leg.
Just one.
Wow, those pants really make your leg look good. When you enter a room, you want everyone to wonder, why? Most importantly, know your worth every morning. Look at your head in the mirror and say, Boob de coo, you are plucky, you are faithful, and people kick you.
This is so fun, Kristen.
A slow clap for women's success.
Oh, wow. That's excellent. Do you write the format for this? Like you write all of this?
Yeah, I write so many rad libs. These are all rad libs.
That's amazing. Way to go.
Thanks. No one ever appreciates I write so many of them.
The whole podcast just now is just going to be that moment at the end.
Hi, it's Leedy. Do you write all your I sure do. Bye. Thank you.
Comment down below if you also appreciate Kristen. She's going to be the CEO of Adidas, so.
I could be. I am plucky, I am faithful, and God damn it, people kick me.
Oh, it's so wonderful. I liked the lawyers, doctors, or even lawyers.
You need a liar, a doctor, or a liar? I'm gonna spend 1 second tonight damaging my bath, drinking a glass of milk. What did you do to the? My wife would be like, "It's because you dyed your hair in there again, didn't you?"
Oh my god!
I know how to damage
so
a bath.
Good. I want to frame that on my wall against like a really dramatic photograph of the sunset or something, and it's just the whole rad lib.
I will
I
send
think
you
that's
that.
very
If
inspirational.
you send me your P.O. box, I'm going to take footprints with
Oh,
Jesus's thing,
brilliant.
erase
Yes.
that, put this in its instead in that cursive, and this will be your Rad Lib thing, and I will send it to you. Or at least I'll send you a digital file of that in like an hour.
Oh, brilliant. And I will post it immediately.
Yeah. So tell the viewers, tell the listeners where they can find and follow and friend you and what you have coming up.
Oh man, well you can find me on all the socials under just my name, Leedy Corbin. You can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/Leedy Corbin. You can find me in Edinburgh until August 17th, doing some shows here and there, possibly closing a show called Setlist, drawing for a wonderful musical comedian named David Hoare, spelled Hoar, I believe. And then I'll be on tour with Steve for as long as he'll have me, until he kicks me up. Yeah.
So forever, basically.
Forever,
Gosh.
forever I will be on tour with Steve.
You're always plucky and faithful to have on the show.
Thank you for kicking me.
Oh, I'm going to have you. Oh, yeah. I will kick you on the show again, probably in the next 6 months or so, because you're one of my absolute favorites. So please come back anytime.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored.
Interview complete. Saying goodbye to Leedy by clicking her heels together and chanting.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Oh, hi. Thank you, Leedy, for coming on. Always fun to talk to you guys. Thank you for watching or listening or however you're taking in this podcast. Please don't forget, follow, subscribe to the podcast. Find me through my website, kristenkey.com. Follow me on all my social media. Join my Patreon. Get a cameo. Next time, I'll be bringing you another hilarious guest. We're going to chit-chat. We'll play 5 quick questions, and then we'll do a Rad Lib, and then everybody goes home better people. Until next time. Bye.
We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. 'Cause Krista knows blank.